many years ago, I was working on a person, and we were working after class because that was the only time I had to do the private session. And I do this energy work on the table, and I walked by 6 people, and I said, hey, can I include you guys in this session? They were like, sure, why not? And they were all lying down on tables working on each other. And I just included their energy in the session, and the person who had the session was like, wow, I felt like I was connected with everything. And I was like, well, this is interesting. So I included 6 people rather than just making it me working with her. And then I came to the other people and I said, how was that for you? And they went, I feel like I was connected to everything. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is doing something different than I've ever done or been present for before. And so a little while later, I asked 12 people, hey, can I have you guys lie here and I'll work on all of you at the same time? And they went, sure, why not? One thing I love about Access people, they have a sense of adventure. They're willing to go where no man has gone before. And so I did this thing that was the first ESC, really. And I said, how was that for you guys? Because I've never worked on that many people before. And they went, I feel like I was connected to every person here. And I also felt like I was connected to the earth and everything around us in a different way. And I was like, wow. And I realized that there was this different thrum, this different vibration, this different energy, this different space. After the 12, I asked 24 people if we could work together. And I went, sure. Did the same thing. And with 24 people, it was far bigger than it was with 12. And so then I had 50 people, and it was bigger than it was with 24. Well, after I got to about 150 to 200 people, there was a space that was available that was created with this energy that I now call ESC. What happens is you start to realize and you start to open up to the energy of the connection we all have. It's the reason there's communion in the word, because communion is not the wine and the wafer. Communion is actually the space of being that we are. When we're connected to everything, including the earth, including the people around us, when we don't have to judge, when we don't have to make wrong, when we don't have to separate anymore. And what would it be like if you could walk around this world not having to separate from anyone or anything, not having to judge anyone or anything, not having to judge you, and being able to simply walk with a sense of space, knowing that you are oneness and part of everything that exists. That, for me, is what occurs during the ESC. Consider yourself invited to this experience, this exploration called the Energetic Synthesis of Communion, or ESC for short. I look forward to having you there. Bye-bye.